What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Hope you're all having a wonderful weekend so far. Um, Before I get into this video, let me just say this. This morning I woke up to my phone going off. Like my phone was just beeping and buzzing and just a whole bunch of noise on my phone. I woke up and I'm like, why is my phone going off like this? It was just going crazy this morning. Um, so I wake up, I tap my phone, I'm looking at it, scrolling down, seeing everything, and I was just speechless at what I was reading. So apparently there was a mass shooting in Las Vegas last night. I'm just reading about this and I'm like, wow. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm reading it. I'm like, this is insane. Um, my prayers go out to all the families of the victims and to the hundreds that were injured. It was, I believe, over 50 people that died and I believe 400 that were injured. It was just so senseless. It was something that shouldn't have happened, didn't need to happen. People were just out in Vegas trying to have a good time, and next thing you know, a whole lot of bullets are just going. You know what I mean? And it was a senseless act. It was just something that did not need to happen. And my prayers go out, like I said, to Vegas, all the victims, the people who were wounded. Um, and I feel like going forward, I feel like nightclubs and other public venues. I'm not blaming them at all for what happened because it's not their fault. You can't um you're not at fault for someone else's foolish actions and their senseless actions. You're not at fault for that. I feel that nightclubs and public venues in all places going forward, not just Vegas, but Miami, just everywhere. I hope that they, up their security, get metal detectors. I don't care if you have to pat down 700 people that come into your club. If that's what you have to do, or the casinos, hotels, just up your staff, your security, and make sure that we prevent things like this from happening moving forward. You know what I mean? Like, just because it was crazy when I read it, and it made me sick to see this. The world is getting crazier, people are getting crazier. You don't know what anybody's motives are. It's just ridiculous, and it's, like I said, a senseless act that shouldn't have happened. And hopefully, moving forward, we can prevent things like this from happening if we beef up the security in these places and, get metal detectors if you have to. Just something to ensure that foolishness like this don't happen again. You know what I mean? Because it was something that was just terrible and it shouldn't have happened. So, my prayers go out to them. Um, Crazy. Moving it on with this video, getting into this video. This episode was pretty fast paced, I will say. This was a good episode. Patient Six has escaped. I'm calling him, like I said, I'm calling him Patient Six for now because until we get the confirmation he's Jason Morgan, I'm gonna continue to call him Patient Six for those purposes. Um, Yeah, so patient six escaped and he's out. He's barefoot and he don't care. And I said, well, if you like it, okay, I love it. But he was out and he ran into a priest and he was asking the priest for help, but the priest, he didn't really speak that good English. He's Russian, of course, so he speaks Russian. But his English was okay. So patient six, he offered patient six some shoes and stuff like that. So he told patient six to come to his church. Um, and he was gonna hook him up with some shoes, a jacket maybe, because patient six wanted to know where the train station was and stuff like that. And he would go from there. So when they got to the church, they heard a noise like somebody was coming in. So, he hid, patient six hid behind a wall, and the person who came in was Griffin Monroe. Go figure. Griffin came in and he wanted a place to, pray and stuff like that because he's trying to figure out where Ava is. So that's when Patient Six came out and he greeted Griffin and stuff like that because he heard Griffin was an American. So he needed to borrow Griffin's cell phone and stuff like that. Patient Six looked at that cell phone like he ain't never seen a cell phone before. Well, he has been locked up in a Russian place, clinic for 5 years, I suppose. So, he's not really big on all the new technology. Um, so, Griffin told him, go ahead, use my phone or whatever. Use it for however long you need. And that's when patient six dialed a number, and I'm assuming he called Sam's phone because Jason Morgan up in Port Charles, that's there now, picked up the phone. And that was a very interesting scene. I was like, wow, two Jasons on the phone talking to each other. Ain't that something? That was pretty funny. I had to laugh at that one. I said, wow, this is going to be a pretty interesting storyline. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully the storyline does not drag out for 9 months and we can get patient six in Port Charles. We can clear up all this mess. So anyway, at the clinic, Jason was in bed and stuff like that. Franco came in. So he was asking Franco why, basically, he wanted to know why Franco was visiting him in the clinic when he was in a coma. Franco basically telling him about the boy or whatever that was in the picture and telling him how the boy was a neighborhood boy. Mind you, Franco's lying out his teeth, talking about the boy was a neighborhood boy and stuff like that. And it was just, he thought he was imaginary, but he wasn't. So Jason asked to look at the photo of the boy. Franco conveniently lost the picture, whatever. Um, Franco's just lying to protect Betsy, I guess. But I really could care less about Franco. I just felt like this storyline didn't really need Franco. I guess the writers made it that way so that way Franco could be included in it. I don't get it. Franco doesn't need to be a part of this storyline. He really doesn't. He don't need to be a part of it. Um, so anyway, Sam actually caught Franco leaving Jason's room. So she asked Jason what was that all about, and Jason just brushed past it or whatever. So Sam got a phone call about something because her car, I guess the alarm on her car was going off in the parking lot. And when Jason told her to be careful, I was like, is that a red herring? Because, whenever somebody say be careful or, they say something ominous, that means something about to happen. Because why would he tell her to be careful? All she's doing is going to the parking lot to silence her car. That's all she's doing. So why say be careful? You're at a clinic. So I kind of felt like he was saying it for a reason. I don't know. Because I'm serious. Whenever it's like whenever somebody says something that sounds a little ominous or whatever, it's like you got to take it. You know what I mean? Like you got to take it as something about to happen or maybe. I don't know. I'm just cautious like that. I don't know. Sam, watch your back. Um. So anyway, Michael, Michael. Boy, when are you gonna dump this girl? Nell is a compulsive liar. Somebody in my comment section Friday, somebody said that. I think it was Friday or it was Saturday. Somebody hit me up in the comments and said this. They said when Michael confronts Nell about the ring, they said, I bet you Nell is going to say that she lied about the ring because the ring gave her closeness to Zach or um, something of another. But what you said was so true because Nell used that exact excuse, and I replied and I told that person, I said, I bet you, yeah, Nell is definitely gonna say that, and I was like, yep, she did. She kept the ring because you know it gave her a piece of Zach, I guess, and I knew she was lying about the ring. I knew it by the look on her face. Some people said that the sister set the ring, placed the ring in the apartment to set Nell up. I didn't believe that because the sister didn't have any time in the apartment to even plant the ring. She had no time. The ring was in a book in a box. Nell was with the sister the entire time she was in the apartment. She had no time at all to plant that ring. So I knew the sister had nothing to do with that, and I knew Nell was lying. All Nell does is lie. That's all this girl does. And every time she gets caught in a lie, she tells Michael, oh, I was going to tell you when I got the chance, but Nina called me into work. You're lying. You had no intention of telling him about that ring. Zero. You had no intention. She's a compulsive liar. I don't believe she's guilty of murder. I don't believe that. But guilty of being a compulsive liar, She's guilty of sin. The truth, let me tell you something. Nell would not know the truth if it jumped up and slapped her in the face. She would not know the truth. This girl does nothing but lie. That's all she does. And then she starts crying with these crocodile tears. I don't care if you're. I'm like Novocaine. I'm not feeling for you. I'm not. I feel no sympathy for you. You do nothing but lie. Here you got this good guy going up against his entire family for you. And you still can't tell this man the truth about nothing? Like he tells you a lot of stuff about his life, but you don't tell him nothing about yours. And everything you do tell him it's a lie. It's like when you have a person who constantly lies to you like that, you doubt everything they ever say from that point forward or everything they ever said to you in the past. You just doubt it because they do nothing but lie. It's like this girl don't know how to tell the truth. And that's what's irritating to Carly and Bobby. Cause she lies about everything. They don't know what's true when she talks. It's just like, come on, she lies too much. Like, tell the truth. And then you sit there and cry. Michael was trying to tell her, give the ring back. She don't want to give the ring back. I feel like another reason she don't want to give the ring back or she lied about the ring to begin with was because it's an old ring. It's obviously worth a lot of money. It's a beautiful diamond. It's a real diamond. And she's from the poor side of town. She's never owned anything so extravagant like that. I don't think it was for money purposes because if she kept it for money, she would have been pawned it or sold it. She would have been did that. So I don't think it was about money. I think it's because she's a poor girl. She never had anything and she wanted the ring because it's the only thing that she has that's real and expensive. Not to give her an excuse or anything because there's no excuse for it. But legally, she's not entitled to give that ring back. Zach gave her that ring as a gift. In the eyes of the law, a gift is a gift. You don't have to give back a gift. Legally, you don't have to. Unless the only way legally she would have to give back that ring is if the family will file a lawsuit and claim fraud that she got that ring under fraudulent ways. If they can prove fraud, she would have to give the ring back. She would have to give it back if they can prove that. And that's a big if. But other than that, legally, it's her ring. Even though it's a family heirloom from his family, he gave her that ring as a gift for her to have. Therefore, she does not legally have to return it to the family. Not by law, like I said, until they can prove fraud. They can prove fraud, they can get the ring back. Other than that, it's her ring. She's not entitled to give it back. She doesn't have to. But I get where Michael was coming from. He was trying to tell her, give the ring back and it'll, slow the family down and maybe they'll leave you alone. I don't believe that family is going to leave her alone, even if she does give the ring back, because they believe she killed Zach. They believe that. So they're never going to leave her alone. But she better worry about them filing some type of lawsuit against her. Because number one, they can afford a lawsuit. They can afford to tie you up in court for years. They got money. They can afford to do that. You can't. You can't afford a nice lawyer. Who gonna pay for it? Michael? She gonna have Michael write the check for the legal fees? Because they can tie this thing up in court for years. You think you broke now, you will be owing everybody lawyers, the state, court fees. You can't afford it, so you better just give him back the ring. I mean, legally, like I said, she doesn't have to, but I suggest you give it back. It's not really yours. I mean, it's yours, but it's not yours, if you get what I'm saying. Just let them people have their ring back. I understand she doesn't like rich people or whatever. She has an issue with wealthy people because they have so much and she has nothing. And a little diamond ring, she thinks, they can buy 1 million of those, but it's a family heirloom. So it's not about money. It's the fact that it comes from their grandmother and they want it. So, the right thing to do would be to give it back, but Nell doesn't know anything about the right thing, so I really don't feel bad for that girl because all she does is lie. It's like, come on, like that's the type of girl. If you're gonna marry her, just please have a prenup, please, ironclad prenup, please, that protects your shares in the company. It protects your money, future money, please. Michael, if you ever marry this girl, I'm begging you, get a prenup. Thank you. Um. So anyway, Ava, Dr. Klein done found her earring in patient six room. She coming up with all these lies, talking about something. Oh, maybe your nurses found it and they dropped it in his room. Ava, come on now. You come up with a better lie than that. Ava, come on. You've been lying for a while now. You can come up with a better lie than that. Come on now. Come through. Come up with a better lie. Um, because you know Dr. Klein wasn't buying that mess. So her face is partially fixed, but she still got scarring and stuff like that. So he basically said he had stopped treatment on her, which got her all nervous and scared. And she was like, "So you just gonna send me home or whatever?" No, you're basically about to be how patient six was. Basically, Ava Boo, you are stuck. Unless Griffin can get to you ASAP, you are trapped in that clinic, honey. You're not going anywhere, sweetie pie. Nowhere. Nope, nope, nope. They might be getting ready to hook you up with some horse tranquilizers in a minute. You are not going anywhere, Ava. You can kiss Port Charles goodbye. That's why I said Ava should have left with patient six when he left. I would have left with him. Forget my phone and everything else. I would have just bounced with him. Forget that. Like, come on, you see what type of clinic they run. They done had this man on horse tranquilizers, held him captive basically, had him handcuffed to a bed. What you think they gonna do to you? Ava's a smart lady, but for a smart lady, she dumb. I wouldn't have went to that clinic. I mean, I get why she went, but it's like as soon as you saw patient six and saw how he was all doped up on horse tranquilizer, why didn't you leave? Or better yet, when he escaped, you should have escaped with him, fool. I would have got up out of there. So anyway, poor Ava. Oh my God. Hopefully Griffin could save her in time. Hopefully. I know Griffin is not a fan of guns, but it seems like that's the only way he's gonna get up in that clinic. Cause how does he expect to save her? You ain't got no gun, no. Come on, you need a gun to get up in here. Dr. Klein was on the phone talking about sending military people for to find patient six. You're gonna need a gun, bruh. How you gonna get in that clinic? Come on now, them people ain't playing. Better get you a rocket launcher or something. Anyway, so Sam. Sam is trying to hook Alexis up with Dr. Bench. I said no, no. Even when Alexis was talking to Dr. Bench, for me, this is for me personally. I didn't see no chemistry between them. I'm sorry, no. Their relationship looked like it would be boring. I'm sorry, but no. So I know some people don't like Julian, but at the end of the day, Julian brought excitement to her life. Like minus all the treachery and lies, he brought excitement to her life. You can't deny that. And two, the chemistry between the two of them was off the hook. She doesn't have that chemistry with no other guy on this show. Definitely not with Dr. Bench. I'm sorry, but he just seemed like old stick in the mud to me. Like I'm sorry, he wouldn't. He looked like he don't know how to have no fun. I'm just saying. I can understand Sam wanting to hook her mother up and stuff because she feel like her mother is lonely. I feel like though Alexis is obviously still in love with Julian. It's obvious. Um, and I get where Sam is coming from. Her heart is in the right place, but I think as of now she just needs to back off because where is it set in stone that Alexis has to have a man to be happy? I mean, she said it herself. She has her law career back. She got two healthy grandkids. She got her three healthy, fun her daughters. That's all she needs right now. She's happy. I think at times she's a little lonely because, in my opinion, she misses Julian. That's what it is. He's on her mind a lot, but she's learning to live with what she has. Her kids, her grandkids, her career. She has all those things going for her. So for right now, that's her happiness. But I don't think she's gonna find it with Dr. Bench. I don't think she will. But anyway, hit that like button, hit that comment button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you thought about this episode today. I thought today's episode it was okay. It was more fast paced. I will say that it was definitely fast paced. And things are moving. You know what I mean? That's what I like in a storyline. Stuff is moving. It's moving at a faster pace today. So I like it. Keep that going. Um, so yeah, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that comment button, and also definitely everybody who subscribe to this channel, keep Vegas in your prayers and your thoughts, um, and stay blessed. Have a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.